Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Evergoods MPL22 in ECOPAK fabric. And this is a really exciting bag in that it seemed to take some of the aspects from the CPL24 and the CHZ22 that people really liked and combine it into a really flexible, all-purpose hiking and everyday carry bag. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to test it. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the appearance here is very much in line with what you would expect from an Evergoods bag. These are meant to be crossover packs that can be used in an urban setting and then easily be taken into the outdoors. Although this is part of their mountain panel loader line, the appearance here is still pretty subdued. You do have some pockets and functionality, but it doesn't feel overwhelmingly technical. There's not a ton of straps or attachment points or anything like that, which is what makes the bag so versatile and is going to allow you to take it into pretty much any environment comfortably. As far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. This is the EcoPack version of the bag, so this exterior fabric is 100% recycled polyester. This is made out of reclaimed plastic water bottles, and it is meant to provide a lot of durability and a lot of weather resistance. So it definitely feels like everything inside of the bag is going to be very well protected from the elements in any environment that you take it, which is great to see. It's got a little bit of texture as well. So far I've loved the feel of this fabric. And then beyond that, with this version of the bag, you also get the PU coated YKK zippers all throughout to give you some additional weather protection. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was happy to see that you have two external water bottle pockets. The implementation here is very similar to the CHZ and CTB bags, which are also from Evergoods. And this style water bottle pockets is, in my opinion, one of the best that you can find on any bag on the market. The material used here is very durable, provides a lot of elasticity, and there's just so much space, which is really nice. Even when the bag is packed out, because these compartments expand outwards, you can place a larger water bottle in here without any sort of a problem. So currently I have a 26-ounce Yeti Rambler. The compartment is able to handle that comfortably. You can see it comes out. You do have a little bit of drainage on the bottom, so if there's a spill or you get caught in some rain, it's not going to cause any sort of a buildup. And then you can use one for a water bottle, one for one of Evergoods' pouches, maybe some gloves, another water bottle. So you have a lot of additional just flexibility provided with the amount of space that these have. So really great to see that there. And then when they're not in use, because of the elasticity here, they just kind of hug the bag to maintain a cleaner look. On the front of the bag, you have Evergoods' typical logo here, the Velcro patch area that you can customize with some of their high visibility patches, or if you have your own that you want to use on the bag. And then at the top, you have a really nice carrying handle. So these are always really great for just allowing you to pick the bag up and holding it very easily. You know, they feel very durable. Evergoods' handles are not the most padded per se, but to me, the implementation works well. And then you have a few attachment points next to the handle, which I tend to like to use to clip on additional accessories, carabiners, maybe a hero clip or a hand sanitizer. One last thing to call out while we're talking about the exterior is that this does have a pretty rounded shape along the bottom, so it doesn't stand up that well on its own. When I place it down, it tends to tip over, so this is definitely something that you'll have to lean up against the wall to be able to access the compartments if you're not placing it down. Moving into the capacity, as the name states, this comes in at about 22 liters, which to me is a really great daily bag size. I was able to hold all the items that I would normally want to carry with me, and it didn't feel like the bag was super packed out. I still had a little bit of leftover space. I was able to easily take advantage of all the compartments. And then I like that even when the bag is full, it still doesn't feel overwhelmingly big or bulky, which is going to be great for navigating crowded areas and jumping onto public transit. Taking a look at the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. It feels pretty similar to Evergoods' other harnesses in my opinion, which I'm generally a fan of, so I like the amount of padding that's been included here on the straps. It feels pretty soft and broken in. On the inside you have nice material here, similar to the one that's on the back panel to provide some breathability, and then these straps have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. I also really like the contoured shape of the strap. Here at the top of the straps, you also have the hydration nozzle pass-through, which I think is a really cool implementation, particularly for a bag that's meant to be used for hiking. Then you also have an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight, and the bag also includes a stabilizer belt here on the bottom. It doesn't have a ton of padding or anything like that, but you can use this if you're going on a hike and you have everything loaded out. Some people like to have these. I personally am very happy that you can fully remove this if you prefer not to use it. As far as the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable. This uses the updated back panel style that we've seen in the CPL24 and the CTB26, which I'm a big fan of. So you have a nice amount of padding that's well distributed all throughout the back. You have some air channels here to give you a little bit of airflow. And then they have the new material that Evergoods developed to provide some extra breathability on the back panel. So far my experience with the bags has been great, and that's definitely continued here. Another thing is that I know that some people struggle with the bottom of Evergoods' back panels and having the frame sheet dig in depending on your height. I haven't had that issue with their bags yet, so I've been lucky. And it seems like, from what I've heard from other people that have used the bag, it's a little less pronounced on the MPL22, and I can see that the bottom doesn't feel quite as rigid. You do still have some support to help distribute the weight throughout the bag, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to be quite as intense down here near the bottom. So something to keep in mind if that's something that has affected you with previous Evergoods bags. Jumping into the organizational options, this is typically where Evergoods bags really stand out, and the MPL22 is no different. I really like the organizational layout that's provided here. You have a nice variety of pockets without going overboard. Starting off on the front, you have two excellent quick access pockets. In typical Evergoods style, they have plenty of dedicated volume, making them super functional. And as mentioned earlier, you have the very well protected zippers here, which is great to see. So top quick access pocket first. I'm always a big fan of these style of pockets, just super easy to reach down and grab the accessories that I'm using the most throughout the day. At the moment, I have here a GoPro, I have a cable with a wall charger for my phone and my tablet, I have a portable battery, and then I also have my sunglasses with a pretty bulky case. And even with all of those items in there, I still had some leftover capacity. You can also start to see the lighter lining on the inside to give you some additional visibility. And in this top area, you also have a little lanyard with a carabiner that's going to be a good spot for your keys or maybe a multi-tool or a flashlight. Below that, you have another zippered quick access pocket. This one's a little bit taller. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag, and I like how much this comes up to be able to handle some bulkier accessories. At the moment, I have a Matador packable shower towel in here, as well as a packable blanket for when I'm on the trail. And then I also have the Evergoods Civic Access Pouch 1 liter. It almost feels like this pocket was perfectly designed for this pouch. It just fits in there perfectly. You can see how it slides and kind of adjusts to the exact shape of it. So love to see the ecosystem coming together there. I'm a big fan of this pouch, but even if you don't use the pouch, this is going to be a great spot for maybe a rain jacket, gloves, a hat, an umbrella. And then moving into the main compartment, this does have a clamshell style opening, so you can get it to be fully flat to be able to easily access all of your items, which is great to see. And plenty of space with this open layout and the 22 liters of capacity. Let's just dive into the items that I have here. At the top, I have my packable rain jacket, and then below that, my DJI Mavic Mini with its hardshell case. I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones, and then all the way down at the bottom, I have the Evergoods Civic Access Pouch 2 liters. Now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. Even with the items that I had in there, it didn't feel overly packed out. And with the amount of space that's offered here, I feel like I could use this for minimal travel and toss in a packing cube, a dop kit, an extra pair of shoes, and easily use this for a weekend trip. Taking a look at the inside, you can get a better look at the inner lining. So again, really like that it has a lighter lining to provide some extra visibility. This lining is made out of a recycled polyester as well, so it feels great. On the back of the compartment, you do have a suspended laptop and hydration bladder sleeve. So this is a little bit different from the sleeves that are found in something like the CHZ22 and 26. It's not quite as padded or rigid. This is similar to the sleeves you'll find inside of the main area of the CPL24 and the CTB26. So that elastic sleeve, which in this case works well. It doesn't feel quite as protective, but because it's actually properly pulled up off the bottom of the ground, it still feels like your device is going to be protected from drops. And the material is also really nice here and soft, so it feels like it's also going to help prevent scratches. This is meant to hold up to a 16-inch MacBook. Currently what I have here is a 13-inch MacBook Air. That fits in there very comfortably. And then this is also meant to handle a hydration bladder. So you can store that in here. There's a pass-through again that'll go through the harness system so that you can access your nozzle while you're hiking. You have a little loop here to also help kind of just keep everything organized. And then you have this Velcro area to allow you to access the frame sheet if you want to remove it for any reason. So really like this layout here. And then on the lid, you have a couple of additional organizational pockets, which is a similar layout to the CPL, which I absolutely love. So at the top, you have another quick access compartment, good amount of volume. This one doesn't have mesh, so you can't quite see on the inside. It's gonna be great for anything, maybe a little bit more sensitive. And in my case, at the moment, I just have a deck of playing cards here and nail clipper set. And then below that, you have a mesh compartment with the side access zipper. This is always great, so you can just unzip one side of the bag and actually access this pocket. And then even with the pouch and other items that I had here, you still have dedicated space in this compartment to be able to handle something like a pouch, which is what I currently have here, the Alpaca admin pouch. But if you want to have other sort of accessories while you're on the trail, maybe a first aid kit, change of, socks or anything like that, I'm always a fan of the flexibility that these pockets provide. So really like the layout and space offered in this main area and throughout the rest of the bag. Everything is very well thought out. I love the fabric and the mixture of features that this provides. I can see why it's so popular. And if you're looking for a versatile, all-purpose kind of everyday and hiking bag that's going to offer the water bottle pockets, the clamshell style opening, and a comfortable carry, then this is going to be an awesome option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Evergoods MPL22 over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company's site. The EcoPack version that I featured in this video is going to come in at around $260. It's also offered in the 420D HT nylon that they've used on some of their other bags. I believe that still comes in at over $200, but slightly lower than the EcoPack version. Regardless, both of these come in at a pretty premium price. You are, however, getting a very solidly built bag with a really nice feature set. There are, however, going to be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bags these made me think of were, of course, some of the other awesome options from Evergoods' lineup. The CHZ22 is probably going to be the most similar in my opinion, as it's got the external water bottle pockets. That one doesn't open up full clamshell like this bag here, and it doesn't have quite as many organizational options. I do think that the laptop sleeve that's included in that one is a little bit more protective and padded. So if laptop protection is key for you, then that's going to be something to consider, or if you just prefer to not have a full clamshell style bag. Beyond that, the CPL24, which is still kind of my favorite of the EDC sized bags that Evergoods offers, has the clamshell style opening. It's got, a very great organizational layout, one of my favorites. It's got some additional organization in just having the yoke top quick access pocket. It's got the internal pockets. It's got the front admin area, and I really like that it has the dedicated laptop compartment, which is missing from this one. So if being able to get to your laptop quickly is important to you, then that's going to be something to consider. And then if you don't mind a slightly larger size, my favorite of Evergoods' lineup is still the CTB26, which kind of combines the best of all of these bags into a package that I absolutely love, particularly now that it's available in the Coyote colorway. So it's got the water bottle pockets, clamshell opening, dedicated laptop compartment, luggage pass-through. It really just kind of has everything that you would want. So any of those is going to be a great alternative to this if you're looking for something that's going to work well across a number of environments and offer a great build quality with a subdued aesthetic. Another bag this made me think of is the Bellroy Venture Ready 26-liter backpack, which was one of my favorite bags from last year. That one also has a clamshell style opening, really nice organizational layout. It has an external water bottle pocket, quick access pockets. The top quick access pocket in particular has a really unique layout with a nice amount of space, really cool divider. It's got a comfortable harness system and a well padded and suspended laptop compartment. I really like the laptop sleeve on that one a little bit more than this one. It actually feels just like it's gonna give you some extra protection. Beyond that though, very similar aesthetic and use cases. I may even have an upcoming comparison video between the two because there's a lot of things I would like to call out. And so if you're looking for a bag that has this sort of a style, but you're a fan of Bellroy's kind of branding and you're looking for a little bit more laptop protection, that's gonna be a great one to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Matador Beast 28, which is one of my favorite packable bags. It's got a pretty technical and outdoorsy vibe. Very lightweight materials. It's gonna offer a nice amount of weather resistance. Doesn't have quite as many organizational options as this, and it's not gonna be as comfortable per se, but the trade-off there is that you do have something that can pack down really flat. You can also fold it away into a pouch. It's a little bit bulky that way. I actually prefer to pack it away flat, but it's just one of my favorite packable backpacks. So, if you're looking for something like this, that's gonna have this type of a vibe, but that's gonna be a little bit easier to pack away and take up less space in a travel bag if you're traveling with, a one bag setup, and that's gonna be one of the best options to check out. With that being said, the Evergoods MPL22 holds up really well against all those bags, and I can definitely see why this has become such a popular bag as of late. The build quality, feature set, and comfort, as always from Evergoods, are very impressive, and if you're looking for an everyday carry size bag that's gonna offer a ton of versatility and that's still gonna work well on the trail, and this is gonna be one of the best options that you can check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the MPL22 and how it compares to some of the other popular hiking and EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank Evergoods for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.